Hi everybody, John Bishop here with John Bishop Fine Art. Our next episode for our Conversations with Creatives is about selling your own art online. Let's talk about it now. Hi, I'm John, and this is Bogdan. In 2015, we gave up our day jobs and started our own freelance creative business. Join us on our journey as we figure out how to earn a living as artists, introduce you to those we meet, and share what we learn along the way. Hi everybody. I'm just sitting here in the studio trying to get some things organized. We have spent an entire week putting together our first vlog for a long time, and it was really a lot more difficult than it had to have been. We ended up spending a lot of time editing that seems wasted to me. So we're going to try and do things more personal, where I'm just talking to the camera, less rehearsed, less scripted, and hopefully that will be enough. I want to apologize. One of the downsides of the coronavirus, and putting aside all the death and destruction and economic woes and death, is that I can no longer have my shirts professionally pressed. So I'm wrinkled. I know it doesn't quite compare to what everybody else is going through, but it matters to me. So you'll see some pretty scruffy looking shirts, I'm sure, here for the next short while, because I don't plan to take up ironing again. I've done plenty of that in my life. I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I'm going to try and go through some of the things that we've tried and some of the things that have been suggested as good ways to try and market online visual art to buyers. And presumably the best bet is always to get people to come through your website. And in another video we'll talk about trying to get traffic more through your website. But I'd like to look at and do a kind of a survey of all the things out there that you could try that are online to sell your work just from your home, so that you don't have to have a lot of infrastructure and you don't have to have overhead. That's what we're going to look at this week. So let's dive right into it. I don't think any of us had any idea that this virus was going to be coming along, or that it would in fact close down huge portions of our economy. As I look at the prospect of going back to work and things starting to hopefully plateau or decline with the virus, I'm struck that I'm not sure things are going to look the same when we go back. It's going to take a while for people to feel comfortable spending money on unnecessary items, non-essential, I should say, not unnecessary, to spend their money again. And the whole idea of just having a studio and hoping that somebody's going to walk by and see and love your work, I mean, it could still happen, but an asteroid could hit as well. So I'm not sure that's something I can bet on as a business owner. I have to look immediately at how I'm selling things online. Now, we've been selling online photography for some time now, many years actually. And the experience we had when we were selling specifically with iStock, we had gotten an exclusive contract with them. We couldn't sell with any other stock photography agency. And we started to put things in iStock, and you'd get those sales and you'd get 65 cents and you'd go, woohoo, this is grand. So we made a commitment and we dumped a good 1,000 pictures into iStock. And we were up to making about $100 a month. And we said, well, this is okay. This is, let's scale this then. So let's put in 2,000 pictures and 5,000 and 10,000, and we will scale up to where we're making more money. So we did that. I took another year when we were still living in Russia, And I dumped, over a period of months, I dumped another 1,000 pictures into the system. And at the end of that, we were still making about $100 a month. And I said, well, screw this. This isn't helping me. I mean, it's fine. I'm happy to make the money. It pays the cable bill. But I said, okay, I'm just going to forget it. And I did nothing with it for years. And I still make about $100 a month. So what I'm saying is the important thing to glean from all of that is that I'm still making that residual income, that passive income from the work that I did years ago in iStock. That's the kind of model that I need to be setting up. There are so many options for how to sell art online. There are a myriad of websites and companies that deal with that. And what I'm figuring out is that there's really kind of two areas, two models that come forward. The first is an online shop. Now you can do this on your own website. In fact, you probably should as well. But there are online shops that basically take your art and they post it and promote it and sell it, and they get a percentage, and you get a percentage, and everybody's happy. And some of those are better than others, and I guess the contributing factor there is that very often with those formats, I don't even meet the customer. I don't know who bought my art. I haven't developed a relationship with them. And we all know from being artists that those repeat sales are often. People start to follow you. They start to collect you. They build a relationship, a loyalty to you. And if you're not meeting those people, where's that relationship being built? I can't follow them up and invite them to a gallery opening or to send them a newsletter. So there are drawbacks, to be sure. There's also the idea that somehow your work is cheapened by being put on the wrong platforms. So if you're concerned about that, that's something you need to consider as well. I don't really have a big issue with that. I'm happy to have my art show up on a tote bag or a coffee mug. But if you're not, that's something that you need to consider, because some of those sites do that almost exclusively. I also had a situation where a friend of mine is a fairly important artist, and he started seeing his work on other websites and on dresses and on scarves and on lunchboxes, and come to find out that somebody had stolen his artwork off one of these sites and they were being produced out of China, and he could hire an international lawyer and try and prosecute internationally, but it would cost him tens of thousands of dollars just to get started. So he just had to walk away and lose the art, or lose the income from that art. So there are some horror stories out there, but I think largely these are very, very good ways to get your work out there and get noticed and get some residual income coming in so that you can be selling your art while you're asleep or while you're on vacation or while you're busily working on other art. The series that I've been working on is one that has to do with animism and the kinds of symbols that are typical in animism. The first in this series I did was called Rainfall, and that shows what symbols in my mind that have to do with water and rain and flowing and noise and all those elements that make up rainfall. The current one that I just finished yesterday is called Drums, and this particular one is a depiction of drum beats and of sound and of rhythm and repetition. And so this is the one that I just completed, and I think it came out fairly well. I like them both. I'm interested to see how the rest of the series will come out. So I have themes like snake and dance and trance and smoke and magic. And so all of these are going to be together in a series, ground in all of them. They're all on paper. And I've been trying to work on paper more lately, basically because of storage. We have so much inventory right now because of everything's closed up. And so we can't move any merchandise. I don't know when I'll finish, but I'll be working on it here at home, and hopefully it'll be done well. I hope you enjoy them, and hopefully you'll see more of them soon. You know, it's funny. We are in the video production and photography business, and we have been for the last 5 years or so, and of course been taking pictures and video long before that. And as such, we never seem to do videos about us or on our own. So what we've decided to do is we've decided to kind of embrace the blog vlog world, and we're striking out now. It's very difficult because Bogdan is generally used to always being behind the camera, and though I have no problem being in front of the camera, you know, I'm not the young one. But, you know, this is who we are, so it is a little humbling, it's a little frightening. It's something we should have done long ago. In fact, we tried. We tried once early on when it's just Bogdan and I, but we really didn't have the content. We weren't paying attention to the fact that we were trying to create content that was interesting to us and thinking that people cared about our lives, which, you know, I'm sure my mom does. And what I'm understanding now is that YouTube in particular wants more long format types of videos. A couple of years ago, the idea was to get a lot of content out and that nobody had more than 3 minutes attention span. And so you just wanted to crank out lots of content for short periods of time. Now they're trying to create more sustainable kind of viewers on their channel, and they want you to stick around for a bit. So we're going with a little bit longer formats now. We have always had a goal to have more of an online presence because we understand probably better than many the power of video, what we do, and we weren't using that kind of power in our own business. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to create a blog series that will get our name out there, get some of that SEO, and get some of that piece of the pie that is so vital for any small business, and to take advantage of the really magnificent opportunity we have to live in a world where we can put content out all over the world and be seen by people in every country. Please let us know what you'd like to see, what you'd like for us to talk about, because the one thing we learned trying these kinds of presentations before is that we don't want to present what's important to us. We want to present what's interesting to you. So the more we can have that conversation, the better. It's John, he's the artist. I need a theme song, right? Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That would mean a lot. Also, if you could help us out on Patreon, that would be much appreciated as well. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.